guys, this is Grimlok, and I am bringing you another monster video. This time I will be doing Gigginox. Obviously he is an ice monster, and thus he is weak to fire. So I'm using a fire hammer. Hammer is my weapon of choice on Gigginox, but I would say really, you can be just as successful with any weapon on Gigginox. I do just as well with longsword or switch axe on him. I just happen to like using hammer since his head / his KO point is kind of out in front of him, so it can be pretty easy to hit there. But anyway, Gigginox can be kind of tough to find at first sometimes. He nests in room 6, I believe it is, which is just over here. So I usually check that first, but I don't think you will find him in there first all that often. Oh, well there he is. In any case, you can find him in here. You can find him in this room to the far north. And then you can find him in the room northwest of here. And then you can also find him in the center room. So he kind of gets around, but... So, as you can see, Gigginox is a very ugly and odd creature. He sticks to the ceiling a lot. He's one of the more annoying monsters, actually, because he moves around a lot. He's surprisingly agile. He jumps around a lot. You'll find yourself missing on a whole lot of attacks just because of how agile he is and how active he is. But the main thing to look out for on Gigginox is his poison. He's primarily a poison monster, and he uses a lot of poison clouds and such. Like right here, if you see him kind of arching up like he did there, make sure you get out of the way of that. Get away from him as fast as you can, because his poison will definitely hurt you, and it lasts for a long time. Gigginox, as always, make sure you're moving to the sides, stay out of in front of him. Look out for this attack, because it has a huge range. His neck extends really far. And so, as you saw there, he just did another attack that's similar to this one. It's kind of easy to be fooled by which one he does. Either way, you don't want to be close to either one of them. The other attack where he doesn't shoot the poison is less devastating, but once again, you just don't want to get hit. So as you see, he just enraged. Easily tell when he's enraged and that he turns dark, grayish, black color. One important thing to point out is that when he's not enraged, his weakest point is his head. But when he is enraged, his head gains hardness and his tail becomes his new weak point, and vice versa, his tail gains hardness when he's not enraged. So you'll want to focus your attacks depending on whether he's enraged or not. So, let's see, another thing is he lays eggs out of his hind end here. He lays 2 different types of eggs. You can tell which one he's going to lay depending on how fast he lays them. If he's taking a really long time, he lays an egg that releases the small monsters called Giggies, which are basically just leeches. So he's doing it right here. It's taking him a long time. So he releases this kind of whitish egg. And there he just did the other one, which is a poison egg. The white egg will stay there indefinitely until it's killed. So you can focus the egg if you want to, get rid of it. It will keep on spawning these Giggies, which can be an annoyance. Or you can just leave it, they won't be the end of the quest for you. As for the purple eggs that he lays out, you don't want to get close to those. Make sure you get away from those as soon as possible, because you can't destroy them, and they will just explode after a set amount of time and poison you. Once again, another reason to stay out in front of him is he shoots a lot of poison clouds out of his head, out of his mouth thing. And so, just like with any poison, it will be quite devastating on you. There he is with his non-poison slime. So you can watch out for that. Probably his most annoying feature is his jumping. You'll see him jumping back and forth a whole lot. You see him jumping onto the ceiling, so there's one of his jumps. That'll cause you to miss a lot of attacks. It causes me to miss a lot of super pounds on him. But just as long as frustrated. You know, just be patient with him. It's a monster that will take time to kill, just because he's annoying. You miss him a lot. But just make sure you're patient against him. You'll get him. So yeah, I'm just gonna, that's kind of the main points of this fight. I'm just gonna continue it until I kill him. But at this point you've seen mostly all that he will do. So his roar is pretty annoying. If you happen to use evasion, it's one of the harder ones to roll through. It tends to have a longer duration, so it's a little bit harder to roll through, but it's not a big deal. There's not usually too much he can do unless you're right in front of him. He can hit you with some poison or jump on top of you. But yeah, I don't think there's too much more to the fight. I mean, as far as parts of his body that you can break, you can't actually cut his hind end off. You can break it, break his head, and then you can also break his stomach. It's not easy to tell on any of those pieces after the fact if you have broken them. You kind of just have to, I usually just have to remember if I've broken them, because it doesn't really make any visible difference on his body. But yeah, you can break his stomach, his back, and his front. As far as the moves he'll do when he's on the ceiling, there's a few things he'll do. You never want to be directly underneath him at any point when he's on the ceiling. He's got one move where he'll stretch down and kind of do a sweep along the ground. If he hits you with that, he will lock you in place and kind of start eating on you, and you won't be able to do anything. You'll kind of have to struggle, at which point you just mash on the buttons to make that go a little bit quicker. A couple other moves he'll do from the ceiling is he shoots out some poison balls that you just have to move out of the way. They're very, very easy to dodge. And then he'll also just jump down from the ceiling and try to attack you and slam on top of you. Yes, that's it. If you happen to be playing with a teammate and you get caught by the move that I was mentioning earlier, where he sweeps along and locks you into place, then if your teammate happens to have dung bombs, and they can throw that dung bomb at him, and that'll instantly knock him off of you, so it saves you a bunch of damage taken. And that's actually a good tip for several monsters. There's a lot of monsters like Raytheon and Zinogre and a few others that will do that kind of move where they catch you and start eating on you, and so a dung bomb will always work for getting him off of you. So here he's trying to nest in room 5. I'm not going to let him. For information's sake, when he does nest, he runs over here and clings up onto the wall here, and he'll sleep on the wall. So if you don't have a high-reaching weapon, then that can be kind of troublesome, because you'll probably just have to let him do his sleep duration. If you have something like a switch axe or a great sword that has a high overhead swing, then you can knock him off the wall and get your bonus sleep damage, so that's something to keep in mind. But anyway, this is the broad strokes of the Gigginox fight. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. If you have any special requests, let me know. Otherwise, I will see you guys later. Thank you for watching.